Inside the dungeon, Jin Woo was immediately greeted by an attack from an armored knight. He parried the strike with his dagger and countered using his vital strike skill, yet the knight stood unfazed. It seemed to possess no real technique, only an overwhelming, impenetrable defense. With a burst of speed from sprint, Jin Woo appeared behind it and tore open its helmet with his bare hands, just as he once did to the giant snake. With that, the knight fell. Realizing this instant dungeon followed the same rules as the others, Jin Woo understood he wouldn't be allowed to leave without completely clearing it. Even worse, the system had restricted his use of potions and blocked the recovery effect that usually came with leveling up. He wondered how long it would take to reach the end. This place was dangerous, far too dangerous to underestimate. If clearing the dungeon took more than 12 hours, he might even be dragged back into the penalty zone for failing his daily quest again. As he debated whether to face the centipedes head-on this time instead of running like before, a new group of knights emerged. Jin Woo sent several flying with his fists before leaping toward another, locking it by the neck and ripping its head clean off. He wiped out the group efficiently. Some knights dropped items upon death. One of them was an armor set which he tried on, pleasantly surprised to find it had an invisible effect, making it appear as though he wore nothing at all. He also gained a pouch containing 30,000 gold. Suddenly, he sensed a presence behind him. Instinctively, he turned and stabbed upward, piercing a stealth-type knight through the jaw. Monsters using stealth shocked him, and the surprises didn't stop. A fireball shot toward him from a mage monster wielding a staff. The dungeon was mimicking techniques he had seen before, stealth assassins, fire-type magic similar to the Dong-Suk raid team mage. It felt like the dungeon was replaying every fight he had ever experienced. This dungeon was filled with all monster types, forcing Jin Woo to rely heavily on every stat he had. Strength for the knights, vitality for magicians, sense for assassins, agility for archers. His intelligence stat, which he had been neglecting, was working against him. His mana drained quickly, and his fatigue was already at 66. After clearing another group, he thought it best to sit down and rest for a moment. But an arrow flew at him before he could relax. Darn it, they're not giving me a chance to rest, he thought bitterly. He cleared this wave as well, gaining more items, including lukewarm water and another pouch of 20,000 gold. After leveling up again and obtaining a full armor set, he equipped it immediately. Ahead stood a massive door. Even after leveling so much, Jin Woo still felt a deep sense of dread about what lay behind it. With one hand, he pushed it open. A vast hall stretched before him. At its far end sat a massive, empty throne. From the shadows, a red-armored figure stepped out, a knight moving with the calm confidence of someone who could split continents with a single swing. Jin Woo recognized the chilling sensation instantly. It was just like the double dungeon. The air grew cold as the Red Knight approached. The oppressive aura he felt earlier was radiating from this one figure. Its name appeared in dark crimson text, Blood Red Commander Igris. The knight charged first, swinging its sword. Jin Woo dodged with agility, stunned by the sheer speed and power of the strike. It sliced the pillars behind him cleanly like tofu. He countered swiftly, but Igris' defense was absolute. The commander raised its sword for another blow, but Jin Woo skidded backward, narrowly evading. Through the dust, Igris lunged forward again. Jin Woo flipped high into the air and landed behind him. Judging by Igris' movements, his strength had to be above 80. His destructiveness, agility, and defense all surpassed Jin Woo's. His daggers couldn't even scratch the armor. Is there a way to beat this thing? He wondered. Realizing blades were useless, Jin Woo discarded his daggers. In a shocking moment of honor, Igris responded by laying down his greatsword, then removing the 2 daggers on his belt and even his robe. The commander stood with clenched fists, as though Jin Woo wasn't worth using a weapon against. In an instant, Igris closed the distance, grabbed Jin Woo, and launched him across the room. Jin Woo crashed into a wall before the commander was already upon him again, delivering a barrage of punches. Even though Jin Woo blocked, the force still tore through his armor and battered his arms. Igris was overwhelmingly strong, even without weapons. Thinking he might have an edge in speed, Jin Woo used sprint, darting around him with flashy movements. But the commander remained unfazed. Jin Woo moved in to strike at the midsection, only for Igris to parry with an elbow aimed at his head. Jin Woo blocked and countered, and the two became locked in a brutal exchange of fists. He could feel himself losing ground. A heavy downward punch crashed into him, yet Jin Woo managed to land a desperate kick to Igris' face. The commander caught his leg instantly, rammed an elbow into his waist and sent him flying again. Jin Woo hit the throne hard. Igris appeared beside him immediately. The commander raised his hand and his greatsword flew into his grip. He twirled it effortlessly, displaying terrifying skill, before swinging for Jin Woo's neck. Jin Woo caught the blade with his hand, protected only by the special gauntlet he wore. Seizing the opening, he summoned his dagger and stabbed at Igris' eye, breaking the helmet open. As Igris staggered from the injury, Jin Woo grappled him by the waist. The commander pulled out the dagger, attempting to stab him back, but Jin Woo unsummoned it, causing it to vanish from Igris' hand and reappear in his own. He drove it into a shallow opening beneath Igris' jaw, then activated Vital Strike, forcing the blade deeper. Igris fell. The system confirmed the defeat. Jin Woo rose 2 levels instantly. Did I win? He wondered. He acknowledged that Igris was overwhelmingly strong, and he survived only because of luck. A single mistake would have killed him. His rewards included multiple items: a rune stone for Dominator's Touch, a pouch containing 1.5 million gold, doubling what he had, and his first S-rank item besides the Demon Castle key, Igris' helmet. He also received a heartstone, used for escaping dungeons. But if a heartstone dropped, was the quest really over? As he pondered, small portals began opening around the hall. A system message appeared. The job change quest will begin. I knew it. There's no way that was the end, Jin Woo muttered. A timer appeared. The longer he survived, the more points he would earn toward a higher tier job. Knights poured out of the portals. Jin Woo activated stealth to maximize his time, but a mage knight immediately nullified it using a detection skill. The shock barely registered before 2 knights rushed him. Jin Woo grabbed them both and hurled them at the ceiling. He activated Bloodlust, reducing enemy stats by half. This gave him just enough of an edge to mow through enemies more efficiently. Even so, the dungeon kept flooding with knights until he was completely swarmed. One slashed his back, and the situation grew dire. He briefly considered using the Heartstone to escape, but hesitated. He might never get this opportunity again. Only 5 minutes had passed. A knight wielding a mallet smashed his arm, forcing him to drop the Heartstone. He kept fighting, but exhaustion set in. In the chaos, a hallucination of his old self appeared, taunting him for still being weak. Soon after, a knight struck him down. He lay helplessly on the ground as another knight raised its blade for the finishing blow. At that moment, his failed daily quest timer hit 0. Before the attack could reach him, Jin Woo was forcibly teleported into the penalty zone. Immediately, he bought the highest grade potion available, but it only restored fatigue, not HP. A swarm of giant centipedes appeared. He would have to survive here for 4 hours. The scene shifted back to Korea. In Jin Woo's apartment, Jin awoke in the night and noticed her brother hadn't returned. Worried, she tried to sleep again, hoping he would come home, especially since she had reminded him about the parent-teacher meeting. Back in the penalty zone, every centipede lay dead at Jin Woo's feet. He had leveled up 4 more times, reaching level 51. His health restored naturally through leveling. With 3 minutes left before returning to the job change quest, Jin Woo prepared carefully. His daggers were ineffective against knight armor, so he browsed the system's store. He discovered a B-class dagger called Night Killer, perfect for piercing heavy armor. Despite the high price, he bought it. He wrapped bandages around his hand and secured the dagger tightly so it wouldn't slip out like the Heartstone. He then crushed the rune stone from Igris and acquired Dominator's Touch, a skill that cost no mana. He tested it on a giant centipede corpse but failed. He lacked the proficiency to move something so large. Time ran out. He was teleported back and immediately noticed that the enemy numbers had grown drastically. The battle resumed. With the Night Killer, he sliced through knights much more effectively. Yet despite killing so many, he didn't level up at all. Observing closely, he noticed the magicians had been hiding behind the knights the whole time, maintaining constant summoning magic. They were the reason he wasn't gaining experience. Jin Wu leapt into the air and threw his dagger, instantly killing a mage, and with its death, an entire cluster of knights collapsed. He activated stealth again, but the remaining magicians nullified it instantly, revealing their positions. Jin Wu rushed forward and eliminated another mage. He cut through more knights until one stabbed him from behind. He spun, killed it, and spotted another wave approaching. Using Dominator's Touch, he yanked a mage toward him and killed it. Only 3 magicians remained. Together, they fused their power and raised every fallen knight, forming a massive armored golem. Instead of fighting the golem, Jin Wu sprinted straight for the magicians. Once they fell, the golem collapsed, ending the battle. A message appeared. All monsters have been slain. The quest will now end. Jin Wu had hoped he could choose a class, perhaps warrior or assassin, based on his strength and agility investment. Instead, the system assigned him the class Necromancer. At first he rejected it, but after reconsidering how the magicians had fought earlier, he accepted. Immediately, he received massive bonus points that promoted him beyond Necromancer into an even higher tier, Shadow Lord. As soon as he ascended, he heard eerie whispers from the fallen knights. The system revealed that shadow extraction was possible. It prompted him to create a command phrase. "Arise," he said. Shadows rose from the knights' bodies, their strength depending on how powerful they had been in life. Jin Wu wondered, could he extract shadows from A-rank or even S-rank hunters? With that thought, he turned toward Igris' corpse. But the system warned him. He had reached his limit of 30 shadows and needed to release some. He let go of 11 infantry shadows, knowing they could never be summoned again. His first 2 extraction attempts failed. Shadow extraction depended on the target's power and how long they had been dead. With only 1 attempt remaining, Jin Wu stepped forward. "Stop protecting that throne of someone who has already left. Try protecting me, who's in front of you." With those words, he invoked shadow extraction once more. A dark aura erupted from the corpse. Then Igris rose again, now as a shadow knight. As a high-rank shadow, he could be named. Jin Wu named him Igris. The newly reborn Igris walked in front of the other shadows, instinctively assuming the position of commander. Together, all his shadows knelt before their king. "Take good care of me," Jin Wu said. And that ends this narration. See you next time. Make sure you're subscribed to the narrator.